Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At the hospital, Jack met Kayla in her office, and he commented that it was a weird coincidence that they had located John in Poplar Bluff. I assume it had something to do with our hunt for Abigail. I just don't know how it fits yet, Jack added. So, you and Chad came home empty-handed, Kayla replied. Jack said no. Kayla gasped. Did you find Abigail? Kayla said. Jack revealed that he and Chad had identified a woman that might be Abigail. Jack told about the woman's horrible accident around the time of Abigail's death and the reconstructive surgery after that. But she'd know if she were Abigail, right? Kayla asked. She said, the accident left her with no memory of her past, Jack added. Jack asked Kayla for a DNA test. In the hospital waiting area, Chad thanked the woman for joining them to Salem to find the truth about the woman's past. Please don't thank me yet. I'm starting to believe this is a tremendous mistake, the woman remarked. Why? Chad asked. The woman claimed she was anxious that it was a waste of time. I'm just worried that you and your father-in-law are setting yourselves up for a terrible disappointment, the woman stated. It's pretty hard not to get your hopes up, Chad said. Chad maintained that with a DNA test, they would have an answer. Let's say I'm this Abigail person. Then what? It's not like we can just be together. I don't know you at all, the woman said. Jack returned, and he confirmed that Kayla had agreed to do the test. No sense in turning back now, the woman remarked. The trio proceeded into Kayla's office, and she took cheek samples from Jack and the woman. Kayla affirmed that she will have the results in 1 hour. When the woman mentioned she was hungry, Chad offered to take her to a restaurant nearby. Jack stayed behind. When Kayla returned to her office, Jack was alone. Jack indicated that Chad and the woman had gone out to dine. Although I think maybe Chad had a hidden agenda, Jack continued. Jack called Jennifer with an update. After Jack's call, Kayla inquired about Jennifer. Jack stated that Jennifer was being neutral so that she did not get her hopes up. It's too late for me to do that, obviously, Jack said. With tears in his eyes, Jack commented that if the Abigail story turned out to be a fraud, he would be devastated. It's like you have to grieve all over again. And I'm not sure that Jennifer and I can handle that heartbreak, Jack said. Kayla questioned about JJ, and Jack admitted that JJ suspected that Clyde was lying. At the DeMera estate, Chad escorted the mystery woman into the living room. Chad stated that he had texted the chef to set up a supper. This is my family's estate. I lived here with my wife and our 2 kids, Chad stated. The woman asked Chad if he had taken her there to see if the location would awaken her memories. Chad nodded affirmatively. Does anything seem familiar? Chad asked. The woman looked around the room and she noticed Stefano's portrait. Chad stated that Stefano was his father but that he had passed away. He's very intimidating, the woman said. He was, Chad answered with a grin. Chad noted that Abigail had stood up to Stefano. Go, Abigail, the woman urged. The woman liked a vase, and Chad said that Abigail had bought the vase when they had lived in Paris. Chad caught himself staring at the woman, and he apologized. I don't intend to be pressing you. It's just, Chad remarked with a shrug. You just need me to be Abigail, the woman argued. When the food arrived, the woman happily dived into her banh mi sandwich. Chad revealed that Abigail had received the recipe for the sandwich from their favorite Vietnamese restaurant. You like it? Chad inquired. I do, the woman said. When the findings were ready, Chad and the woman returned to Kayla's office. Chad mentioned that they had lunched at the DeMera home. You recognize anything? Jack inquired. The woman replied no. Kayla walked in with the test results, and she handed them to Chad. What does it say? Jack questioned. On Smith Island, Tate and Holly chatted over dinner about Sophia's threats. Do you honestly think that she's going to keep quiet? Tate asked. With a shrug, Holly noticed that Sophia was delighted to earn money and not have to work, so she would likely not tell anyone. Tate's phone rang with a call from Brady. "I hope you're right. Otherwise, I'm going to be in some real trouble," Tate added. Tate answered the phone, and he was relieved that his father was still in the dark about Tate's location. When Brady commented that it was hard to hear Tate, Tate lied and said that he was in a car driving out to the camp out in the woods. "It's kind of hard to hear you, too." "Where are you?" Tate asked. Brady looked around small bar, and he lied and stated he was at home. "Really?" "There's a lot of noise in the background," Tate added. Brady stated the noise was the TV. Brady told Tate that he was thrilled that Tate was back at camp, and he was pleased that Tate had been able to say goodbye to his mother. "Me, too. I only wish you would have let me stay in Salem," Tate replied. Brady reaffirmed that Tate's position was at camp. Tate wondered if that was the sole reason that Brady had sent him back. "It kind of felt like you couldn't wait to get rid of me," Tate said. "That's totally not true. It's simply that you made a commitment to the camp, and I think you should, honor the pledge. That's all. But I can't wait for you to come home, because I miss you already," Brady remarked. After Brady terminated the call, he sipped his drink. At the Horton cabin, Tate affirmed to Holly that he was in the clear with his father. Tate added that he was anticipated home in a few weeks, so they did not have much longer together at the cabin. "Yeah, but hopefully we won't have to meet up in secret for much longer after that," Holly added. Tate agreed that the truth about their summer may destroy any opportunity they had at a true relationship. Tate and Holly kissed, and he told her she was beautiful. When Tate kissed Holly again, she started to lift his shirt. "What are you doing?" Tate asked. "I think we should have sex," Holly blurted. With a hesitant giggle, Tate stated he had not thought that Holly believed that they might be ready for that step in their relationship. "Why wouldn't we be?" "Unless, do you not want to?" Holly asked. "Oh, my God, no, Holly." "Of course I want to," Tate responded. Holly kissed Tate, and this time, Tate pulled off his own shirt. Tate and Holly fell to the couch, and she proceeded to untie her shirt. "Maybe we should talk about this for a minute," Tate said. Tate asked Holly whether she had had sex before. Fiona took down most of her cider, then she said that she would get a refill. Xander offered to replenish Fiona's glass, but she insisted that she would handle it. Once in the kitchen, Fiona poured champagne into her glass. On the couch, Maggie volunteered to babysit Victoria if Xander and Sarah wanted to go on a honeymoon. Xander and Sarah eagerly accepted Maggie's offer, and they remarked that they did not plan to be gone for more than a day or two. "I can chip in, too, if you'd like. I'd love to spend more time with my granddaughter," Fiona added. "Does that mean you'll be sticking around Salem for a while?" Xander asked. Fiona answered yes, assuming Xander was cool with the concept. "Of course," Xander responded. Fiona's phone beeped, and she saw a text message from Brady that invited her to meet him at small bar for drinks. Xander asked Fiona if her text was from her hidden beau. Fiona smiled coyly. Xander noted that the celebration was over, and he pushed Fiona to meet up with her man. At small bar, Brady pleased when he saw a text from Fiona stating she was on her way. "I guess this must be your home away from home," a server commented as he cleared empty glasses from Brady's table. "I beg your pardon?" Brady said. The waiter said he had overheard Brady say on the phone that he was at home. Brady asked the waiter if he made a habit of listening on private calls. The server informed out that Brady was in a pub. "I don't care whether I'm in Grand Central Station. What I say on this phone is none of your freaking concern, is it?" Brady said. The waiter apologized and rushed away. "Jackass," the waiter murmured under his breath. Brady smashed his glass on the table, and he shouted, "What did you say?"